Is your Ring Doorbell turning off unexpectedly? Don't worry, I just might know what you need to do to get this issue fixed. Stick around till the end of this video and make sure to follow all the steps, and I'm sure that you can get out of this predicament as soon as possible. First and foremost, check if motion schedules is turned on. Similar to other scheduling features from smart home security cameras, motion schedules is a feature for Ring doorbells that lets you schedule periods in a day when you want to and don't want to receive motion alerts. During this custom time slot, the camera won't alert you of any motion. I had this set up accidentally when I was messing around with the doorbell settings and found my doorbell working only on weekends, which was weird. It took me a while to realize and revert my schedules, but fortunately, I didn't proceed with the thoughts of returning my device. So check your schedules and see if everything is configured properly. You can access the schedule settings by tapping on motion settings from your doorbell's main settings page and then on motion schedules. If in doubt, just toggle all schedules off and see if your issues persist. If your Ring doorbell does not receive enough power for its operations, then the device could be abrupt with its functioning. Whether you recharge the built-in battery or you have your doorbell wired to your chime box, the power it receives can be affected by a variety of factors. When it comes to using your doorbells wirelessly, make sure that you have your batteries charged. I recommend that you keep the doorbell at 30% or above at all times. Charging your doorbell with a compatible charger is crucial as well. Make sure to check the power requirements labeled on your doorbell and use a charger that properly delivers that. The same applies when it comes to wired connectivity as well. Make sure that the power it receives matches the power requirements. Also, it's best to gauge the battery life of your doorbell based on your personal usage and not based on the marketing and claims of Ring themselves. The usage parameters vary from person to person, so your doorbell might drain battery faster than mine, mostly because of the more features that you have set up. Also, batteries degrade over time. Weather and ambient temperatures play a role in this as well. So essentially, keep an eye on the battery indicator of your doorbell and make sure your doorbell is juiced up and well. If your doorbell is sufficiently powered up, then the possibility of this being a network-related issue is pretty high. Your doorbell needs to connect to the internet to relay captured footage and streams to the Ring app. But if your network is compromised, the streams can abruptly stop and even lead to corrupt uploads. Ring doorbells demand a minimum bandwidth of 2 megabytes per second to work properly. You can check the status of your network by running a speed test directly from the Ring app. If your test results are pretty mediocre, I recommend that you pause cycle your router before calling in your service provider, of course. In doing so, you not only get to refresh the router, but also bleed the system of any static charges that can compromise the network. To pause cycle your router, just unplug the power supply from the router and plug it back in after a minute or two. Now, if signal strength seems to be at fault here, consider repositioning your router closer to your doorbell. You could also opt for a Wi-Fi extender or a mesh network, but they do come at a premium. Now, if the steps that I've mentioned so far didn't work, try factory resetting your Ring doorbell. In performing a factory reset, you get to revert all the system settings to the factory default and remove any existing bugs and errors from the system. To factory reset your camera, first carefully unmount the doorbell from the bracket and locate the reset or setup button towards the back or side of the doorbell. Now, press and hold the button for about 10 to 20 seconds until the LEDs up front start flashing. Once the LEDs turn off, your doorbell has been successfully reset. Proceed to set it up once again like new and check if your issues persist. And with that, I believe that I've touched on everything that I wanted to talk about regarding fixing a Ring doorbell that turns off abruptly. If you found this video useful, consider leaving your thoughts below, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting Ring content like this.